Israel has emerged as a global leader in agriculture. How can the Philippines learn from the country? Israeli agricultural expert Uri Yermiyahu joins us now to share his views. Welcome to Manila, Professor. We really need your expertise from Israel to share with our hundreds of thousands of farmers who are suffering in terms of prices, in terms of supply. As you can see, we just had that report on hoarding rice and alleged imported rice. What has made Israel successful in the agricultural industry?
Good evening. The success, first, what is a success for Israel agriculture? The success is to have high technology agriculture that are growing high quality of crops in the desert using very low quality of water. So taking the worst condition to grow crops and make it, this is our success. How we did it? Oh, this is a long story. We don't have enough time.
Yes.
But in one word, it's ecosystem.
All right.
We build an ecosystem that farmers and private sector
And the
and
public
public
sector.
sectors and collaboration, everything together, doing some kind of ecosystem that doing the success.
All stakeholders have to cooperate,
Yes.
work as a team to be able to produce the right crops and enough crops, enough grain, enough rice,
This is
enough
the-
fruits and vegetables for all people.
This is the beginning. They need to cooperate in order to buy machine together, to buy the fertilizer, and also to take this yield over to the other places. So the cooperation is not just to grow, it's the ecosystem to be together, because one farmer cannot do it alone.
Yeah. So I'm sure you have visited several government agencies. This is just basically your first full day in Manila, and
Yes.
you'll only be here for 3 days.
Yes.
You visited the Agricultural Department and met with Undersecretary Panganiban. What were some of his key questions that he was asking you on how to improve agricultural productivity?
I think he would like to know how we did it, so I actually talk about that exactly, and we have more time to discuss about it, and to think how the government can help to the farmers, and to understand what we are doing in Israel that maybe you can adapt from us. Just for example, I just saw what the tropical did to the farmers, and they get lost everything, and they complain, and it's right. In Israel, you have insurance. And by the insurance, you get the start for the next year. And I don't know if you have this insurance.
We still don't have crop insurance here in the Philippines.
So-
and of course, our farmers, many of them, borrow money, not from banks, but from lenders in the community, which charge them high interest rates. Their crops are destroyed due to our 20+ typhoons every year, cannot pay their debts, and they're left with nothing.
So if you have a system that you have small amount of insurance, this is help and give him the ability to think about the next. If without that, he's not going to take chance. And to be farmer after 2 seasons like that is going to disappear.
Agricultural officials, you also spoke with the Bureau of Soils, you also spoke with UP scientists. From what you gather, is there really a collaboration of all stakeholders? Is the Philippine government, the private sector, and the academe working as one to be able to help our farmers?
Well, I'm not sure. I'm just 2-3 days. What I can feel that your scientist is a very good scientist, and also that the people working for in the Department of Agriculture ask a right question. They want to adopt the new technology that we are using, just for example, effluent, treated wastewater. So they have the right question, how to use fertigation, how we are using water and fertilizer at the same time. So they ask the right question, they know what to ask. I don't know how they're working together, but they are in the business.
But what are your direct recommendations right now for the government, the private sector, and farmers to be able to improve our agricultural production?
It's to build the ecosystem. And build the ecosystem, it takes time, but you need the partners and all the partners, the farmers, the private sector, and the other sectors. And they need motivation to work together. You cannot leave the farmers alone. He cannot survive without the support. This is the only thing I can say in this.
But taking a look at the Israeli experience, how high is the level of research and development in the agricultural sector? You grow basically fruits and vegetables, and you export it. How important is research and development?
Very important. Without research and development, you are staying in the same place. You need all the time to have research, and our Ministry of Agriculture has a special budget just for the agriculture, and it's big budget.
Okay, when you say big budget, Professor, how many % of annual GDP?
Well, this is something that's very hard to me to say. And it's, all our budget for R&D, it's a high, coming to be few percentage. How much is going to the agriculture, I don't know exactly, but I know the amount. But it's enough to push us as a researcher to have enough money and budget to run program. In our system, I need to get the budget. I need to compete for the budget. I don't get it automatically. I need to compete. And this competition make me much better, but it's enough budget to run project to push the agriculture. And it's coming also from the private sector, from companies, so it's not just the public, and all together pushing the agriculture up and using new technologies.
And you know, Professor, I'm sure before your visit to the Philippines was a rice-producing nation. We used to export rice to Vietnam, to Thailand, and now we are importing from them. And we have the International Rice Institute and the Department of Science and Technology, which used to be hotbeds for education for agricultural students from overseas. Do you think by building this ecosystem, we can return to our glory days?
Yes, I'm sure. I'm really sure that doing the right things, you can going back to your power. Industry of agriculture is very complicated. It's not like the other industry. But again, if you are building the right ecosystem with all these components, it's not one component.
Right.
It's all the components together, I'm sure you can do it. You have a very good people here. In the last 2 days that I met these people, they know, they understand, they have the vision. How to build it, this is the way that you need to do it. This is in your hands.
With you here, Professor, you'll be able to teach our farmers and agricultural experts what to do next.
Israel, and I'm coming as a visitor of the Embassy of Israel, has promised to help the Philippines to do the best, and of course we are going to do it.
Thank you so much for your insights. Israeli agricultural expert, Professor Uri Yermiyahu.
Thank you very much.